Oh yes, welcome to Estic Media. I'm sure you saw that video. For some of you who is just seeing that video for the first time, or if you have not seen it trending on social media, it's quite an unfortunate thing to experience this manner of barbarism at this time in our country. That's a co-member. Basically, her name is Jennifer Elobo. She actually is a co-member in Anambra State. She was brutally harassed by these security operatives in Anambra State. The operatives were seen beating her despite her cries for help. I'm sure you heard her saying, please, please. You saw the way they tore her clothes, they embarrassed her, they humiliated her, pushed her inside the vehicle. Well, the Anambra State government has told us that they have apprehended these individuals and that, you know, they would literally go through the process of ensuring that they face punishment. Well, they also actually, the operatives, they while they were beating this lady, for example, in the morning brief earlier today, the special advisor to Governor Chukwuma Soludo on community security, Mr. Ken Emeakayi, described the incident as unfortunate and unacceptable. He said that the operatives involved in the assault had been arrested and are currently under investigation. He said that the operation was part of Operation Udogachi. It's a code name for a joint task force operation involving the police, Army, Department of State Services, Civil Defense, and the state's security outfit, and that the operatives were on a trail of some suspected cultists riding on motorcycle when they pursued them into a compound. And in the process of searching the houses in line with their mandate, this is their defense, the unfortunate incident involving the co-member or code. It's more than an unfortunate incident. Despite the fact that this lady her outfit had been torn, or whatever she was wearing had been torn, they didn't even consider it. They kept on hitting her on the skin, on her body. They naked this girl. She didn't even have an opportunity to cover her bosom. She raised her hand. She was like, please, please. And they kept on hitting her. Hitting her. What kind of brutality is that? What kind of nation do we operate? The funny thing is that there are so many cases like this, some undocumented. It's just that this one went viral because somebody decided to remember to record that incident. It may have gone unrecorded and nobody would know what happened. We'll just hear complaints that this is what happened. And thank God whoever made this video go viral blurred the girl's body. The person did not just put the girl's body out there. So the video that went viral, the person who uploaded it and forwarded it blurred her nudity. Thank God. Because imagine, it's really sad. So sad what happened to that young lady. It's so sad. It's not called for. Now, Emeka was saying they invited her for questioning and that she did not come, so they've halted it for now. How is she supposed to come? You know how the security in this part of the world is. How is she supposed to come? Now, let's look at the federal government asking for salary increments. According to what the federal government is telling us, for example, they're saying that the president, the vice president, ministers, and other political office holders need their salary increased. That since 2008, the method of salary payment has not changed. That how can the responsibility of an office like that be collecting 1.5 million per month? That the president collects 1.5 million, the vice president and the other ministers 1 million thereabout. That is too little. Meanwhile, the CBN director, CBN DG, and other government parastatals are earning 3 times, 4 times more than that. That it's not the way to go. That the president needs more money. But a lot of Nigerians are asking, what about the travel trips, the trips that the president takes, all the luxurious, ostentatious expenditure that is being paid with taxpayers' money? You want to increase his salary. You want to increase that of the vice president. Anyway, the NLC came out to complain that good leadership requires sensitivity to the plight of the people. That the government of the day is not sensitive to the plight of the people at all. And that it's so unfortunate that despite Nigeria's cry and plea and clamor, they're not paying attention to it. They're only interested in themselves. That level of selfishness is abhorrent. They cannot even continue with this kind of mannerism. It's a terrible situation for any Nigerian to want to go through at this point in time, for you to exhibit such insensitivity. That's what the NLC president is saying. And guess what? Apparently, the 70,000 or 77,000, that is the monthly wages for civil servants. Some civil servants are complaining that they're still collecting the old salary structure of 33,000, that they have not started paying them the 70,000 or 77,000 as the case may be. It's really sad, because I actually got live reports, a couple of them telling us categorically that they have not started implementing the 70,000 naira salary payment. So what is going on in the country? It's a very troublesome development. Meanwhile, the NBA will be going for their conference very soon, and they're asking President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu as soon as possible. There are talks that Nnamdi Kanu could be a political bait to possibly endear the Southeast to support him, with the release of Nnamdi Kanu. A couple of people think that the president doesn't necessarily need the votes of the Southeast. In 2023, he was announced as a president without getting any percentage whatsoever from the Southeast. So in the grand scheme of things, the Southeast votes doesn't necessarily, it's not necessary for him to be declared as a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Meanwhile, Rivers State youth are saying that they wouldn't vote for President Tinubu if he doesn't recall Fubara, the suspended governor of the state, that it has taken too long and it is wrong for him to continue to keep that man in suspension. But the 6-month suspension of Fubara will definitely soon elapse. He's preparing to come. Others say that Fubara has signed some agreements, agreed to some conditions to return. There's a possibility that he may have to work with the APC, and a lot of conditions set he has agreed to, which will not be in commitance with him as an individual, but will be, for the APC to ensure that Rivers is delivered in 2027. Now, let's look at the obedient movement, PeterObi in a whole. A couple of Nigerians believe that PeterObi should adopt a new political party. Others feel that if the ADC would not grant him that automatic ticket, then he should just run with an independent party. Either with how a little bit of sanity is coming to the Labour Party, since INEC has officially delisted or de-recognized Julius Saburi, while they are planning their national convention. Who knows who will be allowed to do so? But the Labour Party seems to be getting some kind of sustenance, some kind of stability. He could run with that, or adopt any of the other political parties and, don't run with that. Others believe that he cannot do it alone, that in 2023, you cannot repeat what happened in 2023, in 2027. For the ADC, they have actually asked that PeterObi, Atiku, Amechi, and El-Rufai should be a strong team. The idea is to not just wrestle power from the government of the day, but to hold the government of the day accountable, meaning that they should implement the promises of the people and keep the government of the day on their toes. A couple of people think there is still time, that the ADC doesn't want to declare what their strategy is for certain reasons known to them. But the big question is it not better for PeterObi to announce where he belongs to, rather than having to keep everyone, in suspense, hoping that you don't want the current political party to know where you stand? People think that his followers may be distracted, or the adrenaline in terms of supporting him may reduce. Others believe that in as much as they try to get their PVCs ready, they want to know exactly where they stand and what he's working with, whom he's working with, so that it's not just him, but they will know whom they're also vouching for across other levels. As it stands at this moment, another talk is concerning the court system and how the court system needs to be sanitized, because they feel that the political class uses the court to exhibit their madness, in quotes, as to say. When you tell the court what to do, the court has no option but to do it, because you are the executive, you're in the ruling class. They feel that the Supreme Court has been hoodwinked by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu with the Justice Kekere Okun, who is now the Chief Justice of the Federation. They feel that it was deliberate for certain unethical practices to take place. Justice Kekere Okun has said she's going to uphold the rules of engagement, make sure that the judicial system remains objective, not maligned, and not being seen as a tool being wielded by the politicians to exhibit their own nefarious tendencies. Nigerians do not trust the system. Nigerians don't even believe the system. They don't trust anything that comes with the system. So what would the Supreme Court do? Is the Supreme Court for the people? Are they by the people, or they're for the politicians and by the politicians? It's a big question as well. You remember the previous administration, right? And all the revelations about the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, El-Rufai has come out to say that he is going to ensure that Tinubu does not emerge as a president in 2027. He feels burnt, he feels betrayed. And right now, he met with Aminu Tambuwal. There are talks that they're looking for how to strengthen, bring in more powerful stakeholders into the ADC that will weaken the All Progressives Congress. Do you think Ebola Ahmed Tinubu, who is now the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has the judiciary, the National Assembly, the legislators, majority of the governors on his side? Do you think he's going to willingly just allow any coalition or any opposition whatsoever unseat him in 2027 when you have the state apparatus in your pocket? I don't know what strategy is going to be applied by El-Rufai and the ADC or those in the opposition. But anyways, while Nigerians are clamoring for electoral reform, there is a problem of structure. Political parties having to reiterate their ideologies and their structure to create a sense of, or create a movement that understands and is aware of political dynamism, politically educating themselves, and trying to transform the system from the grassroots. I don't know. We have a long way to go. But make sure you will get your PVCs. Registration has commenced. Ever since PeterObi made the announcement, more than 60-something thousand, about 70,000 thereabout, has actually gone on to go for their online registration. INEC has also disclosed that they will continue as well with the physical exercise. So by next week thereabout, you could physically go to any of the local governments close to you for you to go through the physical registration if you don't have an Android phone or a laptop precisely to go online and register. Okay, so make sure you stay on the space. We'll continue to update you on political trends across the Federation, and make sure you keep yourself updated as well. Bye for now. Make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe.